All right, hey, shalom, shalom. Hey, basically, this is breaking news, but it's also what? Prophecy. All right, as the scripture said, stay occupied in prophecies. That's the book of Sirach or Ecclesiasticus 39 and verse 1. All right, stay occupied in prophecy. So I was watching this here. And as a matter of fact, I was watching was it the Jimmy Dore show? Yeah, I was watching that first. And then Apostle Tahar's video just popped up here. But I gotta say, first and foremost, giving all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahasham, Yahweh Shai, Bahasham, Rakaha Kwadash. Double honors to the apostles and the elders of Great Millstone, of whom I learn from each and every day, just like this video here. There's so many scriptures to go into, right? All right. Healthy shalom to the 144,000, to the elect out there. I'll just say it just like that. Also to the speckled bird, Akim and Aquaf that's doing the right thing. So, hey, it's the brother Gabar Adama, just with a quick hitter. And I got a video, right behind this here. A couple scriptures, and, I'm going to hit it and quit it. Okay, but, hey, look, you Israelites have been told, man, that the draft is coming. Matter of fact, the scripture, it's eluding me right now. What scripture is it? Salakia. Where the scripture goes into the daughters shall have, somebody help me out here, please, if you don't mind, on the comment board. But the daughters shall have trouble, and the widowed wives will, have trouble looking for men or something like that because of their sons got killed in war. All right, I totally butchered that. Totally. I'm gonna try to find the scripture. If I can't find it, I can't find it. It is what it is. Sometimes that happens, but this thing is going down. But this is a lesson right here, that Apostle Tahar just put up, is going into Donald Trump is flirting with inducting the draft yet again. Okay, and that's scary for a lot of us, man. Look, I got a teenage child right for that age, man. A male at that. I'm just saying, Lord willing, he don't have to, go and do nothing like that. And I'm praying about that. Okay? That's Salakia. You could hear it in my voice, I'm sure, but that's hard to say, but this is all prophecy, okay? All right, so also there's another thing. I want to go ahead and play this video from the Jimmy Dore show. He be going in. I'm subscribed to his page, and I think you brothers should be too. Matter of fact, I believe Apostle Tahar is subscribed to his page, but he's going in, and Donald Trump's also saying, or Nero 47, shall I say, is also going in and talking about providing, cover for these 100, 200, 300 million dollar, oil tankers, ships, and whatnot, to be able to pass freely through the Strait of Hormuz. Okay, and that's going to be a humongous issue. That's also going to cause, the Valley of Decision to be filled up. Which again, it's all good. It's all prophecy. That's all good. These are things that are supposed to happen and are going to happen because they have been prophesied in the scriptures. Okay, serious, man. So some serious times we living in. So without further ado, I'm gonna go ahead and play this. I'll come back. I'm gonna filter it out through a couple scriptures. I may want to get one already. Here it go. Joel 2 and verse 20. This is coming up a lot. Ezekiel the 38th chapter, 39. A lot of Isaiah the 47th chapter. Okay. Joel 2 and verse 20 reads, "But I will remove far from you the northern army, and will drive them into a barren land," that desert, see? All right. "And desolate, with his face towards the east, and his hinder part towards the uttermost sea. And his stink shall come up, and Salakia shall come up, and his ill savor shall come up, because he have done great things." So, hey, man, pay attention, because these prophecies are happening right now, and a lot of people are just they're not listening, man. They don't have the eye salve nor the understanding, and they're not going to get it until it's too late. Check this out.
Ground invasion. Otherwise, what could possibly be the justification for an announcement like this? It makes zero strategic sense from a military point of view. Here's what Donald Trump had said. "Effective immediately, I've ordered the United States the United States Finance Corporation to the United States Development Finance Corporation, the DFC, to provide at a very reasonable price political risk insurance and guarantees for the financial security of all maritime trade, especially energy traveling through the Gulf. This will be available to all shipping lines. If necessary, the United States Navy will be escorting tankers through the Strait of Hormuz as soon as possible. No matter what, the United States will ensure that free flow of energy to the world. The United States economic and military might is the greatest on earth. More actions to come. Why Trump is doing this, what I just read to you about, Trump is going to guarantee a safe passage of ships through the Strait of Hormuz, which Iran has shut down. But the reason why he's doing this is because they can't get insurance anymore for those ships to go through. Lloyd's of London is not going to insure those ships anymore in the middle of a war, and they know that Iran could strike them down. So Trump is like, no, we're going to do it. We're going to have our military, our Navy ships escort. It still won't work. That's still not going to work because
it's not going to happen.
They're not going to go. They still won't do it unless they have insurance.
This is part of the difficulty of having a president who had no government experience other than buying government officials.
All right. Hey, so you heard that and you saw that, man. Hey, and look, man, Nero's not playing, but he doesn't really understand. See, Proverbs 21st chapter said, the Lord is in the mind of the kings, man. He's turning them and flipping them around, and flip it up, rub it down, right? He's got them all in a trick bag, man. Salaki, I don't know why I said that. It just came out like that. It just came out that way, but he's got them all in a trick bag, man, and he's making these moves. Why? Because it's prophecy. Look, their widows are not weeping. It's gonna be all kinds of problems if Nero 47 decides to go into the Strait of Hormuz. That's basically, it's gonna be a shooting gallery, man. Okay, anybody in their right mind should already see that Iran's making a fucking fool of Babylon. They're making a fool of them, man. With what would be considered, in 2026 in these latter days, primitive weapons. They're using $10,000 and $20,000 drones to destroy $400 or $500 million worth of equipment in an hour. All right. So who's got the upper hand? And especially this, you got to think about this, which again, this is all prophecy. You got to think about this for a moment. If these other nations, I'm talking about when these other nations gonna get involved. You remember the scripture said the beast shall head to whore. He's gonna have war with Amalek from generation to generation. When they decide to get involved, on the side of Iran and and the rest of those countries over there in Western Asia, there's no hope for Babylon. And the apostle said it first, and I'm going to repeat it. I'm going to enter into these labors that America's going to get completely obliterated, destroyed, never to be inhabited again, and that state of Israel is going to fare the same fate, except for it's going to be rebuilt by their hands because we ain't building it. All right, and that's going to be the dwelling place for the Israelites from your prospective tribe. This is Job 27 verse 13. So again, if Trump decides to do that, man, that's going to be like, what's that? One of those sayings, like shooting fish in a barrel, man. All right. And that's going to cause what again? A draft. Because he's going to need bodies, man. He's going to need bodies. The United States is going to need bodies. Job 27 verse 13. This is the portion of a wicked man with the Most High Yahweh, and the heritage of oppressors, which they shall receive of the Almighty. What does it say? Verse 14 reads, if his children be multiplied, it is for the sword. See that? And his offspring shall not be satisfied with bread. Those that remain of him shall be buried in death, and his widows shall not weep. That means basically, the elect's going to take the spoils. All them men over there dying in Ukraine and in all these different places. Hey, man, them women is up for grabs, and not just up for grabs for anybody. They're going to want a man of the Lord, let alone get one. Oh, no, Salakia, let me rephrase that. We going to get them, and we're going to get them good. Oh, man. Anyhow, just a quick hitter, giving all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahasham, Yahweh Shah. Prophecy watch, man. Prophecy watch. Shalom.